All right, yo, what's up, everyone? Hope y'all having a good one, man. Back here another day, another live stream, man. Friday night, we're back talking hoops. You know, LeBron James is a 76er. We got some games. We're chilling tonight on a Friday night. You know, yeah, appreciate everybody that's gonna stop by. You know, and chill out. Appreciate it a lot, obviously. You know, yeah, man. Wild day, wild day today. LeBron James is going to the city of brotherly love, which is still kind of really weird and crazy to say. But hey, it is what it is. Yeah, it is what it is, man. Very wild, honestly. Very wild. I mean, probably one of the more like being honest, I did not expect LeBron to be a Sixer. If you would have told me before today that you had me rank the teams in terms of like where I thought he was gonna go, my Philly would have been last, just because I was like, I don't know if he's like Philly was a fun idea in my head, but I was like, I don't know if he's really gonna go to Philly or whatever. But he actually said, you know what? I think I could be the missing piece for the Sixers and help them win a title. And now, boom, there they are. An insane roster. Looking at that roster is crazy. I mean, that's probably got to be, if not the best, top three, four starting fives in the NBA. Just talent alone. I mean, you literally have four All NBA players on your in your starting lineup. That's insane. Tyrese Maxey's an All NBA player. Jaylen Brown didn't even make the first team last year. LeBron obviously is an All NBA. We know LeBron can be All NBA. Joel Embiid obviously we know he can make All NBA, but injuries. And then even VJ Edgecombe could be can be an All Star one day. You know, so like yeah, insane, bro. Actually insane that LeBron is in Philly now. Seeing him in that jersey is gonna be very weird. Seeing him in a Philly jersey is gonna be very weird. It's like, dang, just didn't expect it, honestly. I legit thought it's like he's either coming home to Cleveland or he's gonna go to Golden State. Maybe Miami. But Miami also I kind of was like, I don't think he's gonna go there, but you know, maybe. But yeah, I thought for sure he's gonna either go to Cleveland or Golden State. So him going to Philly is actually like crazy, you know. Actually crazy. Yeah. Hopefully this also starts for HG up again. Like hopefully now, you know, moves can be made. You know, free agency is like going now. Hopefully we get like the Jalen Duran news. Kaminga goes somewhere. You know, hopefully we get the doors open for everybody. What's good, Dad? What's up, man? How you doing? Back in. We're back in. We're back in it, man. Back in it on a late Friday night. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate you being here as always. Hope you're doing well, Dev. Yeah, man. We're here, man. LeBron James, Philadelphia 76er. You know, we lost, you know, new era, year 24. Insane. Insane, man. I was literally just talking about it. Like, LeBron going to Philly is like, I'm still kind of trying to process it in my head. My lip, I regard this, my bottom lip is gonna bother me. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. My bottom lip is bothering me. So if I'm doing this or whatever, that's why. But yeah, man. Appreciate you being here though, Dev. What was I saying? I was just saying that I hope this starts now. Free agency actually starts going. You know, we actually like free agency actually starts up again because the last like 2-ish weeks of free agency has been basically nothing happening because everybody was waiting on Braun on where he's gonna go, and then all the other dominoes are gonna fall when they fall. So now, hopefully, this starts out moves again because there's still a bunch of like potential free agent moves out there. You know, like not crazy, but there's still like guys out there. You know, like Kaminga, DeMar DeRozan. What's gonna happen with the Jalen Duran situation, the Payne Watson situation? Like all of that was kind of being held up because everybody was kind of holding their cards to see where LeBron was gonna go, and then we're gonna move from there. So, hopefully this starts up. Things are gonna hopefully this weekend we get a lot of things cleaning up and happening. And those things happen, those things going down. But yeah, you know, LeBron's in Philly. It's gonna be very weird seeing him in that. It's gonna be really weird seeing him in a Sixer jersey, man. It's gonna be really kind of awkward seeing him in a Sixer jersey. Well, you're gonna get used to it at some point eventually. Eventually, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, like I said about the Laker jersey, and then I was like, oh, okay, yeah, he's a Laker. I was thinking, yeah, what was that? I literally was like in bed. I was literally about to get up to start doing my work for today, my content for today, like my shorts or whatever. And then literally as soon as I was like getting out of like bed, basically, like I woke up like a while ago, but I was like chilling a little bit because I was like, I'm making a couple shorts today. I was trying to figure out what video am I gonna make today, what team am I gonna talk about today. I'm trying to plan stuff out. I'm writing notes on my phone. Then all of a sudden I got the news and I was like, what? No. Because to be honest, bro, the last like week, my Twitter has been sending me so much fake LeBron news that honestly I first saw it and I was like, okay, this is fake. And then like I first saw it and I was like, okay, that's fake. It's another fake Shams account. And then I looked at it, like I kept looking at it for another second or two, and I was like, wait a minute. This looks like the real Shams account. And I clicked on it because it was like the little pop up. I clicked on it and I was like, oh wait, this is actually Shams. I saw people reacting to it. I was like, oh no, wait, this is real. This is the real news. And I was like, what? No way. Like literally, I was like, all right, well, I know what I'm doing today. I got my stuff planned out, I guess. But yeah, literally, I was like, I literally at first I was like, okay, that's another fake Shams account. Wait a minute, hold on. People are actually reacting to this one. Wait, this is the real Shams. Like at first I was like, this is the fake one. No, that's the real Shams. This is the real one. Because the last week I've gotten so many freaking fake Shams accounts and fake accounts being like, breaking LeBron is signing with Miami tonight. Breaking LeBron, the Cleveland deal's in place. Like all of that for the past week. And then I finally got the real one. At first I was like, is this real? Okay, yeah, it's the real one. It's the real Shams. Yeah, bro. Yeah, literally, I was like in my bed. I really got right up. I was like, all right, well, time to lock in today. I got my content for today. Let's go. you know. Oh man, that was good. That was good. And then literally, bro, I was trying to call. So I don't know what my content. Yeah, yeah, that's what I was saying. I hope this opens up the floodgates again of everything happening in free agency now, and we get all those other deals like Duran, Watson, Kuminga. Like where are those guys going now? That we know where LeBron's going. But yeah, I literally because my dad's a Sixer fan, so my dad was at work today, and so I literally as soon as the news dropped, I tried to call him, but I think he was busy. I called him like twice, and I was like, all right, he's busy. And then I tried to call him again a couple minutes later, and I was like, okay, yeah, he's busy. And then eventually, like an hour, like I think an hour and a half after the news dropped, he called me back, and he was like, yo, and I was like, you heard the news? He was like, I did. And yeah, that was so funny because I wanted to be the first one to tell him because I love his reactions and stuff. Like, so I called him right away because I was like, I want to be the first one. Because he doesn't have Twitter and all that stuff. He finds his news from like on like my Bleacher Report and stuff. So like I called him literally as soon as the news dropped. I called him. I was like, I'm gonna be the one that I want to get his reaction live. But unfortunately, he was busy working. Grinding. Yeah. Yeah, hopefully, I really don't know where Peyton Watson's gonna go. Like, I want him to go back to Denver. I really do want him to go back to Denver. I think that would be good. I would like to see that. But it depends on what like how much money is he getting really. Like what are other teams offering Payne Watson? Like are the Bucks offering him this bag? Are the Clippers offering this bag or whatever? Or like I really don't know. I really don't know. Payne Watson's a very interesting one because I honestly Payne Watson one of those I can see anything little low-key happening. Like I'm kind of 50-50 in the middle of like I think there's half of me where I'm like, yeah, he might just go back to Denver just because he's like, Denver's asking price is so high in the sign and trade market that they might just be like, you know what, we'll just keep him around. But I will see the other half being like, hey, another team's really gonna want to buy in, and the Nuggets are just gonna have to kind of fold and be like, you know what, we're gonna have to sacrifice because we just don't have the money to keep up, or whatever. So I really don't know with Payne Watson. I really don't know. I really, really don't know. Because he's good. He's for sure good. And he's still, like, what, 24? 23, 24. Like he's still so young too, which is like a lot of the reason you're paying him the money is on potential, is on hoping that last season was like a stepping stone into what he's going to become for the future. And you're banking on the potential of what he can be. It's also really fortunate. I hate that he got hurt too. Because I feel like if he didn't get hurt, or if he would have came back in the second half of the season and kept balling like that, it would have been a big part for the Nuggets. This solution probably would have been solved already. He probably already would have got paid, or he already would have got the signing trade, or Denver probably would have traded some people to keep him around. Like I think him being like injured makes this a lot weirder too, because it's like how many games he played last year? Like 38, 40 games maybe? How many games did Penn Watson play last year? He played 54. Okay, 54 is actually that's a lot more than I expected. Okay, he played 54 games last year. But I think there's still a little bit of like, was that real? But like, yeah, 54 games. If he played like 35, then it would have been like, okay, I don't know. But 54 games is a decent enough sample size. And he was good in those 54 games. I think it's that weekend. That's not outrageous. That's not right. Yeah, I remember, bro. Honestly, I really wanted the Suns not to match that offer. I wanted DeAndre to leave. But then I kind of realized, yeah, he's gonna go. I remember that. I remember that vividly. Like literally, when I think of restricted free agency, that's the first thing I think of is DeAndre and was like the Pacers gave DeAndre the money because that wasn't after the finals run. That was the year after the finals run, but he wasn't as good as the finals run that he made because during that finals run, the Sun he was incredible. That was the best basketball of his career. And then the year after, he was kind of like okay, but he didn't get better. And that's when the little bit of like the Monty Williams versus him thing started brewing. So that was when it was a real question mark of like, is he gonna go back to Phoenix? Are they gonna pay him or whatever? And Indiana, that was the right move from Indiana. Indiana gave him the max. It was like, hey, you give him the max. Because worst case scenario, now they gotta pay a max contract to a guy that maybe they don't really love too much. They gotta overpay for him. And at best, we get DeAndre, we get a good young piece because I think that was the point when the Pacers before like they got Siakam. That was before they were good. That was before they, were good. That was when they were still kind of like Hallie just got there, but they were kind of like in this weird mix of like we could be good in the future, but we're still young and not good. So like in DeAndre to pair up with maybe like a Halliburton or whatever would have been, cool. But yeah, I literally when I think about restricted free agency and like offer sheets or whatever, that's the first thing I think of because I was really in my head. I was like, man, I wish Phoenix just doesn't match it. But on the other side, it was like they kind of forced to because it's like either okay, we pay a max contract to still a young big that maybe we can work out his potential, or we just lose him for nothing, and now we're stuck. So it was the right move and made sense to pay him. But definitely in my head, I was like, man, I kind of hope the Suns don't match this offer just to see what would happen. But yeah, I think about that a lot. But yeah, no, that's a good thing too. Is that you have the rights to pay in Watson. So anything happens, you can just keep him around, which again I would like, but it's just really weird thing. I mean, restricted free agency now. I mean, you saw it last year a little bit. Like restricted free agency is like very weird, especially with the second apron, because most of these guys now are like because you see the second apron and all that, you got to learn how to manage your money. Because before it was like, okay, young guy, give him the max. Young guy, give him the max. Now the second aprons and all this stuff, and people trying to avoid it like the plague. I think right now, I think I saw like no teams are in the second apron right now. Like everybody's trying to stay out of it because it just caps you so much financially at what you can do. So now you see the last 2 years of free agency has kind of gotten weird where it's like, you know, either teams have to overpay for somebody and kind of have to force to give them the max, or they're kind of like, all right, we're just gonna sign it. Like, it's weird now. Yeah. No, Payne Watson. Yeah, Payne Watson is good. Payne Watson is a good player for sure. I mean, you think about the two-way potential he has, the length, shot blocking, defense, and then the way he's developing offensively. Now he's become like an actual creator, a guy that can hit, you know, get a bucket from the mid range. And now I think last year he shot like 40% from three. Like you think about that, like he can do so much on the court. And again, he's still 23, 24. He won't turn 24 until the season starts next year. I was just looking at his basketball reference. He doesn't turn 24 until September. So he's still like super, super, super young. So you like Obviously, there's a bunch of intrigue there. It's just, Denver's in a weird situation where there's everybody already got paid, and now paying Watson breaking out is like a good and a bad. It's like a good and a bad because like great, our young player that we drafted in the first round that we wanted to break out did it, but on the other hand, we also are paying 3 or 4 other guys $40 million, and with the second apron, it's like, are we gonna go into the cap and now we can't do anything, or so it's like a those things are very weird. It's like a 50-50, double-ended sword, where there's the good and there's also the weirdness of it. 2016, yeah, I feel that all the time. I mean, at this point now, everybody that's gonna come into the NBA for the next how forever now is gonna be younger than me, and that's just gonna have to be something that I just gotta deal with. And now, yeah, I gotta think like, man, like this dude is 2 years younger than me and is putting up, and is doing this in the NBA. Like, what year? How AJ Devontae was born in like what 2000? AJ Devontae was born in 2007. AJ Devontae is base almost 3 years younger than me, and that guy just was the #1 overall pick in the draft. Like that's insane. That's actually crazy. You know what's crazy too that I think about a little bit. I don't know if I said that on stream before. Either way, I better, but like in about 2 or 3 years, we're gonna start seeing dudes born in the 2010s getting drafted. Like by 2028, by the 2028 draft, we're gonna have somebody born in 2010 going to the NBA because they're gonna be 18. Like that's crazy. we're 2 years away from having people born in 2010 getting drafted and about to make $10 million in the NBA. Like, that's nuts? That is nuts. Next year's 2008. Yeah, like that's nuts, bro. We're not far away from 2010s babies getting drafted, which is nuts. Yeah, that's really really nuts. It's crazy when you think about it. Especially, I mean, think about the people older than us, like the 28-year-old, like a 30-year-olds, 28-year-olds that are like, you know, like they remember being in the 2000s, the 2010s, and then they're seeing people like it is a weird moment. Time is just it's insane. Time moves way too fast nowadays. It's really nuts. Honestly, it's really nuts. Like who's the youngest player that just got drafted this year? The youngest player in the NBA right now. And actually, it probably is Cooper Flag, right? Active, all right, active. Do they have rookies on here? No, Cooper Flag was the youngest last year, but now he's not. Oh, youngest player in 20. Oh, I'll go youngest player in 2020. Youngest player in the 2026 NBA draft. 2026 NBA draft. No, yeah, really, it was. Um, is it 7-18? Dang, Cam Boozer's the youngest player in the NBA right now, right? Yeah, I think from due to for a Reddit comment, basically. But I'm looking at the draft classes, draft board, prospects. Can we go age? Okay, I gotta scroll through this. I think it's second. Oh, that's six. That's six. Yeah, I think Cam Booth is the youngest player in the NBA right now. looking at all the some draft players' ages right now, or birthdays, just to see if that's correct or not. So, 7'6", 7, 6. Hey, Luka Corey's got the same birthday as me, April 10th. 3 years younger than me. Shout out to Luka Corey. I think it's okay now. Yeah, it's okay now. I don't know. It does that randomly sometimes. I gotta like hit the mic and then it goes back. I don't know what that. I think it should be good now because I saw it on my OBS and I saw the static. It was like popping when it wasn't for whatever. I don't know. It just does that sometimes. I don't know why, but it should be good now. It randomly just does that. Oh no, that's 7'6". Okay. Yeah, it's all good. Yeah. 7'11". Oh, 7'11". 7'18". Nope. Cam Boozer's 7. Okay, yeah. So it looks like, yeah, Cam Boozer's the youngest player in the NBA right now. He was born on, oh, one more guy. I was looking at all the draft prospects are 19. Okay. No, yeah, Cam Boozer's the youngest dude in the league. Cam Boozer's born, his birthday just passed. He just turned 19. Yeah, Cam Boozer literally just turned 19 last week. That's insane. He was born July 18, 2007. And then Jaden Quains is, I think, what, 11 days, or no, 7 days older than him. 7/11, 2007. So, yeah, right now, Cam Boozer, 2007. Cam Boozer, 2007. Is the youngest dude in the NBA. And then by next year's be 2008. And then, yeah, literally, we're 2028. We're going to have maybe someone born in 2000, either 2020 or 2029. We're going to have someone born in 2010 be in the NBA. Yeah, I think the 23 class was the first year. I think it was the first. I think G.G. Jackson was the first player that I saw, and I was like, bro, he's younger than me, and he just got drafted, and he's in the NBA now. Because G.G. Jackson was like the youngest dude in the NBA for like his rookie year, I think. Yeah, my guy Zuby. Yeah, well, you're gonna have those too. Yeah, Zuby. Yeah, because I mean he was a 4-year player, I think, right? Yeah, Zuby. I think Yaxel's like older. I think Yaxel's like 23, 24 already. I think. Oh, Yaxel's 23. He'll be 24 by the time the season starts. Like, yeah, Yaxel. This dude, Cam Boozer just turned 19. Yaxel Lindenberg is about to be 24. Which is like, I mean, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. If you can hoop, you can hoop. But like, it's just funny seeing the difference. I think was Yaxel the oldest player in the draft this year? No, it had to be someone else, right? There had to be someone else older than him. Oh yeah, Chad Baker Mazar was 26. He entered the draft. Rankin Mass, Nick Boyd were both 25 when they entered the draft. Oh yeah, Zuby. I think Zuby is 20. Where is he? Why can't I see him? Yeah, Zuby was 22. A bunch of people were 22. 23, yeah. Chad Baker Mazara was the oldest guy that entered their name in the draft. He's 20. Chad Baker Mazara has been around forever. And Josh Primo, yeah. Because I remember I was doing my draft work for that year, and I saw G. Jackson. It said like December 2004 or something. I was like, oh, was it December 2004 or 2005? Because G. Jackson came in because I think G. Jackson was one of those people. Didn't he? I think he reclassified, right, to come back or to go. No, yeah, December 2000. I saw, yeah, December 2004, and I was like, oh, 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 it's starting now. It was him, and then also Nick Smith. I think Nick Smith Jr. has either the same birthday as me or is like a day or two older than me, right? Nick Smith Jr. is younger than me. Nick Smith Jr. is 8 days younger than me. It was those two. It was G. Jackson and Nick Smith, and I was like, oh God. Oh no. It's happening. It's happening. Because I knew, it was going to happen one day, and then I saw it, and I was like, oh, here it is. And now it's like, I'm just, yeah, that's what it is. No, yeah, 2023, because that was, yeah, 2023, because I graduated 2022, and then the next year, that was like your college year. And so that's when I was like doing work, and I was like, oh, damn. NBA players are old. NBA players are older than me now. That's a realization to come to, right? It's not going to be that long from now either that we're going to start seeing like we're going to do the thing that the generation before us is doing now, where like players' sons that we watch their entire careers, we're going to see them in the league like in a couple years. Like, well, people like the people before our generation watch Carlos Boozer, and now they're seeing Cam Boozer in the NBA, and they're like, "Oh my God, we're old." Like that's not that far from happening for us. We're a couple years away from that happening to us, a little bit, where we're gonna see some players' sons. We're like, whoa, like I watched this dude's basically entire career happen, and now his son is in the NBA. Like the generation before us, like Cam Boozer now, like I think Kenya Martin Jr. I remember people freaking out. Like Kenya Martin Jr. was a thing. Everyone was like Kenya Martin Jr. What? So, 10 guys born that year were drafted. Yeah, because a lot of because now it's like employment more than a year. Yeah. Well, that's also when NIL started happening. So now, if you're not an elite freshman, you're probably just going to go back. So now, all the 18, 19-year olds that were like, you know, that didn't have a great freshman year are just like, I'm just going to stay another year. So now, you're going to see a lot of that more now, where like, if you're not an elite freshman or you weren't like a top 10 recruit coming out of high school and already have that NBA buzz, you're probably just going to stay another 2, 3 years, you know, to get your money and then go to the NBA. So yeah, you're gonna see, yeah, the one and done things are not gonna be as, you're not gonna see 25, 19-year olds, you know, go to like you saw this year. This year, there was a lot of people like the top of the draft was all freshmen, and then after like 10, it was all like 21-year olds, 22-year olds, you know. So like unless you have like unless you're like an elite freshman and an elite one done player, like an AJ or a Darren or Cam, like unless you have one of those type freshman seasons, or you were like again a top 10 high school recruit coming out that went to like Duke, and you think you're already ready for the NBA and you already have that buzz, because a lot of those guys do that too. Like there's a couple guys in the last previous, well, that was before NAL, but there's a lot of guys that were like top 10 recruits. They didn't have a good freshman year, but they still went to the draft anyway because they were like I remember Brandon Boston did that. Like Brandon Boston obviously was a top recruit, went to Kentucky, wasn't great, but he still went to the draft and ended up, getting picked. Justin Edwards did that with the Sixers now. Justin Edwards like was an elite recruit, went to Kentucky, wasn't really like great, but he still went to the draft and now he's still in the NBA. But now you're not gonna see that anymore. Mostly. Thomas Howell. Yeah, because Thomas Howell was gonna come out this year, and then he saying youngest Papa too. Oladato. I've seen let me see how old Sal doing. December 2008. Damn. December 2008. He reclassified. Yeah. So he'll be 18 by the time he gets drafted. Damn. And then how old was Thomas Hall? Thomas Hall's probably like 22, 23, right? 23, born in July. He just turned 23. So he'll be 24 by the time next season starts. When he gets drafted, he'll be 23, but he'll be 24 by the time next season. So yeah. But hey, yeah, that's what NIL does now. Now you're gonna see a lot more people stay a lot longer in college, depending on how things go. If you don't have an elite season, just come back. So you're gonna see a lot more. Just like you're not gonna see, because before that there was a bunch of just people going to the draft just to go to the draft. Because they're like, all right, I played a year in college and now I want to go to the NBA, or I want to go to the G League and just kind of get this over with. But now with money, obviously makes sense. It's like, hey, just stay in college for 4 years, and once I get good enough, then I go to the league. And it's going to change drafting too, because now in the draft, like, there's not going to be a bunch of just like swings at 19-year-olds in the second round of the draft anymore, because now all those guys went back to college. So now the second round is just filled with 4-year guys that can't go back to school. And now it's going to change drafting, where now the second round is going to be a lot more like, okay, let's find this player that fits into our system more than just we're going to take a swing at this 19-year-old and we're gonna wait 3 years to see if he can develop into something. You know, a bunch of those guys don't because it's the second round anyway. And even with the veterans in the second round, like it's not guaranteed. But I mean, you saw this year. Look at this year in the second round. Like there was how many young guys were there? Like there wasn't many. There wasn't any like so we're just gonna take a 19-year-old like there used to be. Yeah, no, yeah, that one too. Because I really like Amari Allen. Honestly, if this was like 3 years ago, Amari Allen would have declared for sure. But again, now with NIL and stuff, he's like, you know what? I was good, but I wasn't great. He was probably gonna be like a late 20s pick. He probably thinking like, you know what? I'm just gonna go back to Alabama for another year, get my money, and then if I play better, now I'm gonna be a lottery pick, and I'm gonna be a lot better there. Now I'm gonna get more money in the NBA and whatever. Especially with next year's class not being super top heavy, where there's probably a chance he can go back. Like same with Braylon Mullins too. Braylon Mullins was like great freshman, good freshman year. He probably was gonna be like a mid first round pick, but that money and to get to be the face of UConn next year, especially like Caravan's gone, like Braylon Mullins gonna be the face of UConn, one of the best programs in the world next year. You know how much money how much sponsorship and all that stuff he's gonna get next year. I'll go back for another year, play better, and then maybe I can be a top 10 pick too if I get better. So like yeah, that's NIL for you. If you're not a guaranteed, top 10 freshman or top lottery pick, if you have some years left, just go back. Malik Thomas, Malik Thomas is one of them. Like I'm looking at the second round right now. How many? Malik Thomas is a one and done. Is Bob how old? Bob Miller isn't a one and done, right? I don't know why in my head Bob Miller's like 19, but Bob Miller is not nine. Bob Miller's not a one and done. I don't know why. I thought in my head he's a one and done. He's not though, right? Yeah, Bob Miller's 22. I don't know why I thought he was a one and done for a second. Jack Cahill. Jack Cahill was like, he's young. He's okay. He's 20, so he's like basically freshman. He'll be 21. Jack Cahill's like a freshman sophomore because I think he was supposed to go to college this year, but then he went to the draft instead and ended up getting drafted, which now it looks like Jack Cahill's staying in the NBA, right? Like probably, right? I don't know for sure, but I think Jack Hale's staying. He's not going back to college. I don't think, right? But he just got drafted to the Knicks, so I think he's probably staying. Right? I don't know. I'm trying to look it up right now, but I don't see anything. But it looks like he's staying in the NBA, or at least going to like overseas. Might be more. Um. Yeah. So it looks like Jack Hale's staying. So Jack Hale basically was like nursing and war. Oh, I didn't know that. I know the name. I didn't know that. So Malik Thomas one and done. That's it, right? Yeah. All these other guys are like played multiple years. Besides like the overseas guys, overseas Ngoy. Really, I didn't know that. I know I honestly I didn't know who he was. He got drafted, and I was like, I don't know who. Where is he? Where's he playing at? Well, I'm gonna look it up right now. But oh, Auburn. Oh, so he committed to Auburn. He got drafted, but he said, "I'm gonna commit to Auburn. I want to go." Like I said, I'm gonna go to Auburn. I'm gonna go to Auburn. Unique eligibility rule: the Clippers now own his NBA rights while he maintains his college eligibility. That's crazy. So he's gonna play in college next year, and then after that go to the NBA because his team already has his rights. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. Oh, he never committed. He never declared for the draft, but the Clippers drafted him anyway. They're allowed to do that. Draft and stash. So this is the new draft and stash. So there's a new rule in NCAA where they so the Clippers are gonna have his rights and he's gonna play at Auburn. That's crazy. He didn't even declare for the draft, and he still got picked up. That's crazy. That's allowed. You can do that. You could pick somebody. I mean, I guess so. Oh, he became automatically. Oh, because he was under 22, so he already hit the age limit. So, oh, okay, so he's eligible already for the draft. Wow, that's interesting. So, yeah, this is a drafting stat. I had to wait a year for him. That is true. Larry Bird did go back and play another year and came over. So so wow, I didn't know this was a thing. So there's a new drafting stash where, so drafting stash, but like college basketball. Wow, that's interesting. So yeah, he was automatically draft eligible because he hit the requirements where he got to put his name in the draft. But he said, "I want to go to Auburn." So technically, he wants to go to. He's gonna go to like. I'm trying to explain this. So yeah, so he basically was like, okay, I'm gonna go play college basketball because I have college eligible. I'm gonna go play college basketball, but he was already eligible for the draft. So the Clippers drafted him because he's technically eligible for the draft, but he wants to go back to college. So he's gonna play at Auburn next year, and then if he wants to go to the NBA, the Clippers are gonna have his. That's wow. That's very interesting. That's very interesting that they're doing that. Wow. Yeah, literally the new draft stash, but instead of him playing overseas for another couple years, he's gonna play in college, where you can actually see him play at Auburn. Like you don't have to send a scout to France or anything to go. Like no, you could just have a scout at Auburn games, seeing what he's working on and seeing what he's doing. That's crazy. Like you can see his, you can literally see him develop right there. Just have a scout go to Auburn games and watch him play and see how he's progressing. That's wild. And you know what? That's next year. That's probably gonna happen a while. Especially at, I mean, he's a 57th overall pick. Why not? That's very interesting. That's very interesting. You're probably gonna see that a lot happen next year and the next few years, where at 54, someone's gonna draft a random international player that wants to play college basketball and be like, all right, we're gonna have his rights. So I mean, will he ever make it to the NBA? Who knows? But that's just so interesting to have. That's so interesting to have. Literally draft and stash in college. Crazy. I guess that's better than like. I guess that's better than someone like getting drafted, playing in the G League, and then going back to college, like regressing. Because technically, he's not regressing. Like he went from like he didn't like he was going to college anyway. He just so ended up getting drafted. Like he was gonna go to college basketball and play anyway. It's just he's also so happy to get drafted by a team. So like for him, it's like I didn't ask; it just happened. Instead of someone like putting their name in the draft, getting drafted, and then saying, you know what, I want to go back. He technically didn't put his name in the draft. He didn't. He's just eligible there, and he just so happened to end up getting drafted. So I guess it's very different from like a maybe a James Najee situation where like he got drafted. Did James Najee play in the G League? Right? I think James Najee played in the G League and then went back to college. And was like, you know what, I have eligibility, I'm gonna go back. Right? Did he play in the G League? Oh no, he never played. Oh no, he didn't play in the G League, which is why he was able to go because he never signed an NBA contract. So that's why he went back to. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, the player you know the eligibility thing right now in college basketball is nuts, man. It's really nuts. You know, like I mean, for him, well, at least Najee never played. Like Amari Bailey was trying to go back to college, even though he already played in the NBA. Like remember, like Amari Bailey was trying to go back to college last year. He played in the NBA and has been in the G League for like 3 years. Like at that point, it's like no, you can't come back. You play. You literally signed. Like it should be like if you signed an NBA contract and played an NBA game, you should no, no. You already hit that level. No, you can't come back in. But I guess James Najee is different because he never technically played in the NBA. He got drafted, but he never signed a contract or played a game. So I guess it's like different there. But yeah, yeah. If you already played an NBA game, no. Like remember that was also last year. Trenton Flowers. Trenton Flowers. You played with the Bulls at that time, where he like teams were like trying to sign him, even though he's already on an NBA contract playing with the Bulls. Yet there are teams like Kansas trying to pay him money to get him because he came overseas, so he technically still had college eligibility. Yeah, I remember the Bediako one, but Charles Bediako or Bediako, however you say his name. Where I didn't. Yeah, yeah, Bediako, yeah, cause crazy, yeah. He went to the NBA. He didn't play in the NBA games, but he was on contract. Played 2 years in the G League, and then said, you know what, I want to go back to Alabama, and he went back. Like that's crazy. That's nuts. That's a little crazy. Like he signed an NBA contract with the Spurs, even though again he never played a game, but he signed. Yeah, he signed Exhibit 10, signed a two-way with the Spurs. Signed. Yeah, he signed NBA contracts. It was on an NBA roster for like 2 months of a season, even though he never played a game. But he was on an NBA roster. Like, no, no, you know, that's crazy. No, yeah, I remember him too. And then yeah, he just showed back up. It was like, what? What do you mean he's back in college? Like, no, you don't go back to the G and keep hooping. Like, what are you doing? Or go overseas or something. Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, that's a whole world mess that they got to figure that out. Because yeah, if you sign an NBA deal, bro, no, you cannot come back to college. You can't come back to college, dude. Like, if you don't sign one, and you already get drafted. That's already a little bit of like a weird. Like the James Harden situation is still weird, even though again he never played an NBA game, never signed an NBA contract, but it's still kind of like you got drafted already. You know, you're in a team's system. Like I don't know. That's still a little bit weird in its own right. So going to the next step where it's like literally we've played NBA games, we signed NBA contracts, like that's no, you can't do that, bro. You can't do that. That's insane. Oh man. And you know, you're probably gonna hear more stories about it too until the NCAA does it. Like next year, there's gonna be probably something's gonna happen next year in the NCAA too. This upcoming NCAA season, something's gonna happen where someone's gonna come back or try to come back to college, and it's gonna be a whole nother mess about what's gonna happen and all that. Like, it's gonna happen again. Is the funny one. It's gonna happen again. Yeah, no, yeah, that's one thing too. Like, literally, you're yeah, like literally. That's the one thing that's like weird about it is because like, bro, like actual college age players want to play, yet you're 25 and still are trying to eke out every single, which I understand. Like you, especially if you know you're not making it to the NBA, or you know the NBA is gonna be really hard, you want to get every amount of college basketball because college basketball's fun, especially now you get paid for it. Like you want to get every single dollar you can, and I understand that. But at some, it's got to be a line. It's got to be a line at some point where you're like, okay, like you're reaching. You know, like playing 4 years, even an extra year in college, depending on things, like that's okay. Once it gets like you're in your 6th year of eligibility and you're 26, all right, okay, we're doing too much. Like 22, like once you pass like 23, okay, all right, dude, let's chill. You're getting, you know, like you're trying too hard. All right, move on to the next level. You know, you can find a way to get a contract overseas or something. Or get to the G League. You know, like well, it gets to a certain point where it's like, all right, dude, come on. Like, I mean, that's the same for football too. Football, literally, I mean, NCAA in general. Like, isn't there who's this dude? Who's that dude in college football that's going on like his eighth? What's his name? Um, he's like literally infamous for just transferring every year and playing. He's been in college. What's his name? It's freaking what's his freaking name? I can see him. Is it this? Is this his name? Is this his name? Is this the guy? TJ Finley. TJ Finley playing college football. He's going to his 7th year of college football, and he literally transferred every year. It's insane. He's literally the transfer portal guy because he's been literally transferred every year. Yeah, no, that's what it. Yeah, Yaxel's fine. Yaxel played. Yaxel was at a small school, worked his way up to getting to the top school. Like that's okay. Yeah, that's fine. But when it's going over the top, like we've played 7 years of college basketball, or literally like a James, like we've already got drafted to the NBA and we've already played 5 years overseas and coming back. Like that's where it gets like, all right, dude, chill out. Like you're doing too much. But yeah, Yaxel, that's fine. Like you play 4 years, get an extra year because of things happening, and work your way up and play a good full college basketball. Like that's okay. Like a lot of people do that, and that's fine. Like if you're 23 still, but you're on your last year, like that's okay. But it's when you're going to the extra mile where you're trying to eke out every little single thing and trying to play the. It's like okay, dude, like you're trying too hard. Yeah, no, Bo Nix played a while too. I remember Bo Nix too. I remember seeing Bo Nix young, and then I watched a couple years later. I was like, Bo Nix is still in college. Like, bro, I swear I watched this dude for 4 or 5 years at this point. Like, how is Bo Nix still playing? Shout out to him though. Yeah, he's doing his thing, man. He's doing his thing with Denver. This TJ Finley's the guy. He's played 7 years. He's going to his 7th team in 7 years of college football. Yeah. He started at LSU. Then he went to Auburn. He went LSU in 2020. Then he went to Auburn in 21 and 22, but then he got hurt a couple games in to 22. Then he goes to Texas State in 2023. Went to Western Kentucky in 2024, Georgia State 2025, and now this year he's going to play at Incarnate Ward. I don't know if that's how I pronounce it. I think that's maybe how you pronounce it. 20. No, yeah, I remember that. I know that too. Braden Reed, yeah, that guy. For the Browns, he was like 29 and got drafted, which is insane. By the way, how did that even happen? Like I got to look at him too. How did that happen? Yeah, so that dude Finley. So 2020, because COVID happened, everybody got an extra year. 2022 and 2024 he got hurt, so he was graded extra year due to injuries. So now he's going to be on his seventh and final year of college. I gotta look up Brandon. How did Brandon Whedon get? How is Brandon Whedon in 29? Did he like start? Did he start playing late? Like how did that happen? Like, did he just start playing college at like 25? Oh, he was a baseball player. He was a baseball player. Was in the minors for like 5 years, but then he just wasn't good enough. So he said, you know what, I'm quit. He never went to college because he went right. Yeah, 2020, everybody got an extra year. Because, yeah. Oh, okay, so Brandon Whedon, so he's a football and baseball star in high school. Got drafted out of high school in baseball. Went, played in the minors, didn't go to college. He went to try to pursue being a baseball player. Was there for 4 years. Didn't, wasn't good enough. And he quit. And then he went to college because he's still eligible because he never went. And then he played 4 years in college and he gets to 28. So yeah, 24. Yeah, 18, 22. Oh, he redshirted this first year. 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011. And he gets drafted at. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's how I always thought about that. Like Brandon Wiener was 28, but then I also was like, how is he 28? Like, no way he played like 10 years of college football, right? I would know that, but okay, that makes sense. He was a baseball player, tried to pursue baseball, wasn't good enough, and then he was like, you know what? Let me just go try this football thing. And he got drafted. That's insane. That's actually, I mean, shout out to him for being a pure athlete. Because if he didn't have anything else but baseball, he would have had to go, get a normal job. But he had football and baseball, chose baseball first. He was like, that wasn't good enough. Let me go play some football. And got drafted in the NFL. Wasn't really good, but he made it and got some paychecks from the NFL, which is cool. But yeah, I always wondered that. I never looked it up till right now. That, yeah, that's crazy. Went to play baseball and then was like, you know what? I'm gonna go try this football thing out. And it worked. Multi sport athlete, you know? All right. I want to do this because I saw it and I was like, you know what? This would be really, really cool. Naming some ball, showing off the ball knowledge. Gotta lock in. So, we all know HoopGrids. We all know HoopGrid. Can't remember last time. Yeah, Care Yeah, Carebrand's like 23. I think it was 23, 24 when he got drafted. So, we know HoopGrids, right? We know HoopGrids. We all know what they are. They have a new website and a new game called Lineups, daily sports game. And I was reading about it. So basically, it's like a daily thing where you get a pack, like a card pack of a team. You have to name everybody that was on that roster. That's basically it. Like basically like name this roster. And depending on how rare it is, you get certain points and whatever. So you try to get the most points possible by naming as many players as possible and the rarity of them. So like I guess today's the 2016 Cavaliers, so it's like name everybody on that team. I don't know. I never played it before, so I'm just assuming this is how it goes. Reading the rules and stuff. Basically, it's like okay, name the 2016 Cavaliers, and you got to name everybody. Or if you don't name everybody, at least got to name the most like the most rare pulls, which sounds really really fun, and that sounds like a game for me. This sounds like my game right here. So because I love doing stuff like this. So yeah. We're gonna try it out and see how it goes. See how well I do. Again, I never played it, so I think that's how it goes, but I'm not 100% sure because I've never tried it before. But we're gonna lock in here. We're gonna see how this goes. Okay. So today's pack is the 2016 Cavaliers, the championship Cavaliers, and as it being my team, I should be able. This one, I should average card. Name as many players here. Your 5 rarest pulls. Oh, okay. So you name as many players, and your 5 rarest you get. Okay. So championship Cavaliers. All right, let me lock in. All right, so obviously we have LeBron. We have +5. Yeah, LeBron, Kevin Love. I don't think we don't get 5 pulls at it, right? No, LeBron and Love, Kyrie, obviously. You know, JR. We can go with the whole 35 points for JR. Tristan. Obviously, that's the starting 5, basically. Then we got Iman. 52 for Iman. Okay, he was like uncommon. Okay, these are the commons. All right. Iman, RJ, obviously, Richard Jefferson, Channing Frye, obviously. Channing Frye was, oh, I guess he's more, okay, rare. Okay, okay. Timothy Mozgov was still on this team. Mo Will was on this team. Who else? James Jones was on the end of that bench. Delhi, because that's when he gets paid by Milwaukee. All right, Delhi. Okay, how much do we have? We got, how many players we got? We got 1, 2, we got 3, 4, 5, 6 players left. Jordan McRae. Shout out my guy Jordan McRae, legendary pull. Dante Jones. He might be the unicorn. He's not the unicorn. Who's gonna be the unicorn? Dante Jones is a rare, not a. I get because he played around in the NBA. Oh, okay, we got 4 people left. Ooh, this is gonna be the unicorn. No, Edie Tavares. Oh no, he was on the next year's team. My bad. That's my bad. My bad. He was on the Edie Tavares on the next year's team, 2017 team. Who else is on this team? We got one more uncommon. I'm missing another rotational guy. I'm missing another guy. I'm missing someone a little more obvious. Oh, you know what? Anderson Varejao. Even though he didn't end the year on the team, but he was Anderson Varejao because we traded him for Channing Frye. That's how we got Channing Frye. We traded him to get Channing Frye. 3 more people. 2 legend. Okay, these are like the end of the bench. Who is on the end of that bench? K. Felder's next year. Ooh, here's the unicorn. I got the unicorn. Sasha Khan is the unicorn. Sasha Khan. I think he went to Kansas. I want to say he went to Kansas. 2 more. Is Jared Cunningham on this team? Let's go, Jared Cunningham. 1 more guy. Who else? It might be someone that like played a couple. No, is Chris Anderson on this team? No, okay. I think he was the year before, or maybe the year. Okay, Larry Sanders is the year after. Derek Williams, Darren Williams, Kyle Korver, Mike. Those are all. I'm thinking of the 2017 team. There's 1 more guy. I'm assuming this guy played like a couple games and then got like waived or something. He was just like a fill-in that we like. It's not Lou Amundsen. He was the year before. It's not Lou. Who is this last guy, bro? Hold on, let me look at. Okay, Kyrie, Mo. Who was like Kyrie, Matt Dillon, Mo Williams? JD Osman's not here yet. He's there. He comes over later. Perk? No, Perk is on the year before, and he comes back in 2018. I don't think Perk isn't on this team. I don't think, right? No, Perk isn't on this team. Perk is the year before, and then he comes back in 2018. It's probably either just like oh, you know what? It's Joe Harris, I think, right? Joe Harris, because I think we cut him, and that's how he ends up in Brooklyn. We cut him like a little bit into the season. He got everybody, man. Let's go. 5 new ones for NBA. Point holder, league legend, unicorn hunter, win condition. Come on, man. We do this. We do this. Come on now. Come on now. Real Cavs fan right here, bro. Real Cavs fan. It took me a little bit. The Joe Harris. I forget Joe Harris because yeah, Joe Harris. Yeah, I remember. I forgot he was because I had to. I remember the end of the season roster, but you got to think of everybody that played during that season. And yeah, Jared Cunningham. I remember him. He was there for a while. Joe Harris, because yeah, I think we cut him like a couple weeks into the season, and then that's how he ends up going to Brooklyn. Sasha Khan. I remember Sasha Khan. Yeah, man. Let's go. Where's the archive? Oh, we got a couple. Okay, let's go. 2012. Oh, so this is 2012 OKC. Is this the finals team? This is the finals team that loses to Miami. Okay. 2012 OKC. All right, so we start. Obviously, we got Kevin Durant. This one's gonna be a lot harder, obviously. Kevin Durant. Maybe I got those quick. All right, hey man. Hey man. You know, sometimes it takes the brain a little while. Okay, we got Russ, obviously. Harden, obviously. Big Perk. I think Thabo, right? Thabo was on this team. Yeah. Okay. I think is Derek Fisher on this team or did he come later? Derek Fisher's on this team. Obviously Nick Collison, OKC legend Nick Collison is on this team. Eric Maynor, is he on this team? He is on this team. Okay. This is where it's gonna one more comment. One more comment? Oh, Surge. Surge. I didn't tell you. I was gonna say what? Surge. Yeah, Surge. Okay. Andre Roberson's not here yet. It's like Perry. Is Perry Jones here? No, he comes after. Okay. Okay. Now this is where it's gonna get weird. Now I gotta really dive in. Royal Ivy. I know he was a backup at one point for OKC. Royal Ivy. Let's freaking go. He's an assistant. I know he was on this team randomly. Or he's on the end of the bench. Is Nazi Muhammad on this team or he's later? Nazi Muhammad, let's go. Okay. All right, we got one more uncommon. So one more like rotational guy that's on this team. It's probably like another wing. No, I think Anthony Morrow's later. Anthony Morrow's on the Russell Westbrook. But he also played with Kate. No, I think Anthony Morrow's on this team. Daquan Cook. Let's go. No, not Nate Robinson. No way they had Eric Maynard. They didn't have 4 backup point guards. One more uncommon. So there's one more like rotational guy that I'm tweaking. It's probably like who's the backup big? Nazi? Is there's like probably another backup center, right? No, okay. I know he was on OKC at one point. Nenad, Kristek, however you pronounce his name. There's one. Who's that uncommon? I gotta get that one at least. Like that means he's like a rotational player. Who am I missing out? It was the starting lineup. It was Russ, Tabo, KD, Serge, Kendrick. Then it was Harden, Nick Collison, and there's like one more guy that's probably in there. That means he probably was like the 7th, 8th man. Is it Reggie Jackson? Reggie Jackson, okay. I forget Reggie Jackson that was on that young OKC team. Okay, now these ones, oh god. Okay, I might not get these ones to be honest. This is where like true OKC fans probably. Who was just some rant like Perry Jones? Like it's gotta be that. Like Grant Jarrett is later. Is Hashim Thabeet on these teams? He was drafted 2009. He might be. No. Hashim Thabeet. Like Kyle Singler? No, he's after. Yikes. Who is just in OKC chilling? Like, it's not Anthony Morrow. I feel like Anthony Morrow would be Yeah, he would probably be more of a rare than a legendary, I feel like. Is there someone that stayed around in OKC for a little bit? Like he was on the 2015 team too, or something. Dang, yeah. I don't know if I'm getting these ones. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I'm getting these ones. These ones are gonna be like tough pull guys that play like 7 games for them, like type of stuff. I'm just trying to think. Is there any like random bench OKC player from like old? I'm trying to think of like old 2Ks. Like, is there random bench dudes that from old 2Ks that might just pop up that were here? Oh, Ryan Gomes. Oh man, I honestly, genuinely believe that was it. Oh man, I genuinely believe it was gonna be Ryan Gomes. Oh, that kind of hurts. I thought for sure that was gonna be one of them. Um, I feel like there's another like wing though. There's another forward. Like it's not Perry Jones, it's not Ryan Gomes, but it's somebody not maybe not in that moment. There's another like 6'9" forward that's like on the end of the bench. I could be totally wrong, but I get a feeling that there's another dude that I'm forgetting. Ooh, man. Um, trying to think of freaking who are some random OKC dudes just sitting on the bench. Nope, nope, no. I was gonna say something really stupid. Nope. Hmm. I don't know if I have it, man. I really don't think I. There's got to be another center, like Cole Aldrich. Cole Aldrich. Let's go. I don't know why his image just flashed in my head. I was thinking like, who are some random like maybe white centers or something? He just popped in my head. I was like, yeah, Cole Aldrich. All right. Um, did he get? No, he doesn't get drafted by OKC, right? I think he's drafted by like New Orleans or something like that. I think he's in the two. Isn't he in the '03 draft with LeBron in them? Um, or maybe later. I don't know. Who's texting me? It's 11 at night. Oh, okay. All right. My friends, I'm going. My friend's having a graduation party tomorrow. He's asked me to bring stuff. Um. Uh. Honestly, I don't think I'm getting these last one. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna do another like 3 minutes. If I don't get it, then I just don't get it. But like these are probably ones that are like only real OKC fans know. Man. Is there another like Cole Aldrich type, like just another random dude that was around for like 10 years that just magically was on OKC's roster? I don't think I'm getting it, man. All right, we're closing it out. Done pulling 2 cards. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. I hope these aren't like. I hope these are names that like played for 3 years and like didn't do anything. I really hope. I'm thinking one last think. Nazi. Again, I feel like there's another wing, like a 6'8", 6'9" wing that's just on the end of the bench chilling type thing. No, he never played for the Thunder. Yeah, I think I'm done. Better than he said. Okay. Who were the last two? Lazar Hayward. That's who I'm thinking of. I knew there's another forward on the end of that bench. It's Lazar Hayward. Ryan Reed, I have no idea. I'm not. I never heard of Ryan Reed before. Lazar. What hell's this thing? Yeah. You got Cole Aldridge quick, Dev. I don't know. I was not thinking about Cole Aldridge. Lazar Hayward. That's who I was thinking. I knew there was another wing on that bench that I was gonna know. It's freaking Lazar Hayward, bro. He played in Minnesota. Yeah, he played in Minnesota. I remember Minnesota. I don't know who is Ryan Reed. I have no idea who that is. Okay, he played 5 games. Oh, rest in peace. Damn. Rest in peace. That sucks. Florida State. Okay, he played 5 games. All right, yeah, I was never getting that at all. 4-year player at Florida State. Yeah, I was never getting Ryan Reed. Rest in peace. Dang. But Lazar Hayward that's gettable. I don't know if I'm ever getting there, but I like dang. Because I see the exact I knew that's the exact like thing I was thinking about. I was like, I know they have another forward on the end of that bench that's like how Lazar Hayward's like what 6. Okay, 6'6", but I knew there was another wing. Oh, because he's Kansas. That's why Cole. I was just like, how do you know Cole Aldridge is crazy? Let's pick it up for Aldridge. Yeah, okay. Cole Aldridge. All right, man. But 14 out of 16. I'll take it. I wish I would have got Lazar, but I'm okay. I'm okay with it. Royal Ivy and Cole Aldridge. Let's do another one. 2021 Bucks. Okay, the championship Bucks. Championship Bucks. Another one that I should get all of these. Okay. So Giannis, obviously. Chris Middleton. Ooh, seeing Giannis in a non-green jersey, that's weird. Drew, Brooke, Lopez, PJ is on this team. Bobby, Pat Connaughton is on this team. Dante. He gets hurt before. Okay, who else is on this team? Jeff Teague. We know Jeff Teague's everywhere. Jeff Teague. Is George Hill on this team? No. George Hill's not on this team. They had more rotation. No. Nope. I was gonna put Bryn Forbes. Bryn Forbes is after. Right? Or is Bryn Forbes here? Bryn Forbes on this team? I thought Bryn Forbes. I know Bryn Forbes. Oh no, yeah, it is because Bryn Forbes has the series against Miami where they swept them. That's this year. Because the year before, 2020, the Heat beat them, and then they come back 2021, they sweep them, and that Bryn Forbes has a series where he outscored Jimmy Butler. I thought that was the year after, but that makes sense. It's this year. Okay. Grayson. I don't think Grayson Allen's on this team. I don't think. They have some other like. Why can't I think of the bench of this team? I think Thanasis is here, isn't he? Yeah, of course Thanasis is here. Ooh, Mamadi Diakite, Cavalier legend, and Virginia. Was he on? He was Virginia, right? I think he was on the Virginia team that won a championship. Who else? Oh, you know who else? Elijah Bryant. Because I remember we did a stream last year when I celebrated 1,000 subscribers. We watched the Kevin Durant series when the Nets played the Bucks. We watched that series. We watched Kevin Durant highlights, and Elijah Bryant was on the court. And I was like, why the hell is Elijah Bryant getting real? It was like a real game, like game third quarter, 10-point game. Elijah Bryant was in the game. I was like, why the hell is Elijah Bryant playing right now? Why is he getting real minutes? And that's the unicorn. I remember I watched that game and I saw Elijah Bryant getting real minutes. And I was like, why the hell is Elijah Bryant on the court right now? Like, what? What are we doing? Okay. Also, again, I gotta think of trades too. Because it's anybody who played during that year. So there's people like, they traded for PJ Tucker. Who did they trade? They traded. I just saw this because I'm doing a video this office about trades and I saw this trade. They got Rodions Kurucs on this team. They got him in the trade. Who did they trade? Oh, they traded DJ Wilson and they traded DJ Augustine to get him. Okay. There's one more uncommon. So there's one more like known player on this team. How am I not getting them? It might also be again. It might be someone that got traded. I know Goran Dragic was a Buck, but I think that's later, right? Yeah, that's like when he retires. Okay, we got 6 more people. One uncommon, and all of them are like the average. So people that are still on the bench that like are known people. Um. Okay. Come on now. 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 Who? Yeah, Grayson Allen's in here. Grayson Allen's in here. I just have to keep in my mind. I just have to throw that out. Um. I was watching their series against the Nets. Literally, not like I watched that series. Who was on the court for them? There's definitely another big man. Like who? Well, I guess Bobby's the backup big man, but there has to be another one, right? Was there another center coming in getting minutes randomly for them? Just like a veteran? Like Robin's on this team, right? No, I think he comes after the year after. I think I'm mixing him up with the team, the next no 2023 team that gets beat by the Heat. I'm thinking of that team for some reason. I gotta think of before. Think of Net series, Hawk series, Sun series. Think of that. Think of what that looks like. They had to have another like Ford, right? Like no, Jay Crowder was in Phoenix. They had to have another wing, like veteran wing that's just coming off the bench. Had to have. Had to have. And also, again, like, is Rajon Tucker? Is he on this team? No, okay. I was just thinking random. There's an uncommon. Who is that? That's someone notable. That's like a rotational guy. Or at least like a known person. Like Surge? No, Surge I think is later. Who is that? That's like a no. It's uncommon. That's like a known dude. Why can I not get like no? Torian Prince is not there. Torian Prince is way after. Torian Prince is in Cleveland during this year. There has to be another known, just like wing, or like backup point guard. Who's the backup point guard of this team? Teague. Is there another one? Because, well, I guess it's George Hill. No, George Hill isn't on this team. Yeah, because E. Jogging gets traded. There's got to be another point guard on this team. Unless it was Jeff T. I don't think Jeff T was like really getting minutes like that, though, was he? Also think of drafts, too. We got to think of drafts, too. Like who? Oh, Sam Merrill, my guy. How am I can't forget Sam Merrill. He was the 60th pick that year. Marjan Beauchamp gets drafted after this because that pick is involved in this trade. In that trade, they get PJ Tucker. Um, damn. I'm trying to think who was like some random draft picks from Milwaukee in this era that was around. No piece the year before. What's the Drew Holiday trade? No, they only get Drew and Sam Merrill. They don't get anybody else in that deal. And then they get PJ Tucker, they get Kuruks in that trade. Did they make I don't think they made another trade. So all these guys are like signings and just random moves, right? How am I not like an uncommon is crazy? No, I'm not ending until I get that guy, at least. Like, there's no way that I'm missing someone that notable. Okay, reset. Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, PJ Tucker, Giannis, Brook Lopez. Off the bench, you had Bobby, you had Pat Connaughton, you had Brent Forbes. Dante was hurt during that run. The Nasses didn't play. Jeff Teague was, I guess, the backup point guard, but also DJ Augustin got traded, DJ Wilson got traded, Sam Merrill didn't play, Dikiti didn't play, Krug's didn't play, Elijah Bryant played randomly for whatever reason. Who else? Who was in like the 10th man, 9th, 10th man, 11th man, that era where it's like somebody's hurt, this guy's coming in. Like Giannis didn't play in the Hawks years. Who's filling those minutes? Who's filling those minutes for Giannis when he's hurt? I don't know. Why? Dang. How am I gonna, I'm not, no way I'm gonna get Elijah Bryant. I'm not gonna get this guy, right? Like, that's insane. There's no way. There's just legit no way. That's insane. That's dumb. That's dumb. Like, who's the backup center? No way it was. Well, it was Bobby, but also like, I feel there's another backup center on this team. I feel like there's another like veteran backup center that was there for like a year or two, right? Man, this is gonna be so. What the hell, bro? What is going on? Actually, wait a minute. Jay Crowder was on. No. Because wasn't Jay Crowder on this team? And then he gets traded to Phoenix because he held out or something? Or is that later? I think that's maybe later. That's like a couple years later, actually. Jay Crowder. No, Jay Crowder was in Phoenix. That's happened in Phoenix. Jay Crowder held out because he wanted to get moved, and then he ends up getting traded for like 4 second round picks or something. That's later. Okay. Oh wait, Torrey Craig. Wasn't Torrey Craig in Milwaukee? Torrey Craig. He was. I thought about him, and I was like, no, he was in Phoenix. But I think he starts in Milwaukee, gets traded to Phoenix, or he gets traded somewhere, bought out, goes to Phoenix, something. Okay. I know. I got in my head. I was like, there's something like that. It's Torrey Craig. Torrey Craig. Because I remember we went to the finals. And it was like, Torrey Craig's gonna win. Whoever wins, Torrey Craig's gonna get a ring. For some reason, I randomly remember that. Okay. Is Myers Leonard on this team? No, I don't mind. Didn't Myers Leonard like try to make a comeback in Milwaukee at one point? After what he did when he said that crazy thing? Um, at this point, I'm just trying to think. Like, I feel like this Uncommon is like a random veteran that like you don't know him in Milwaukee, but he just randomly showed up in Milwaukee for like a couple games. Like this is like a dude that like 34 at end of his career, trying to get a ring, ended up in Milwaukee type, right? Because I feel like I know the rotation. I feel like there's another dude that's just like a random old guy that just ended up in Milwaukee to end his career. Like I know Marvin Williams, but Marvin Williams was the year before. Marvin Williams was 2020. He got bought out and went over there. Yeah, I just wanted just in case he stayed around another year. I feel like it's that situation. I don't know why. In my head, I feel like it's that where it's like a random veteran, 34, 35, end of his career, go to Milwaukee because there's Giannis out, might win a championship. And maybe he didn't play the full season. He got like waived or something. Which sounds like Goran Dragic, but it's not Goran Dragic. Goran Dragic is like later than that. I'm getting this uncommon. I have to. I no way I can let that go. Because literally that's like a rotational player. That's like a known guy. The legendaries, whatever. If I get him, I get him. If I don't, I don't. But this guy, I can't go away without this uncommon. I have to get this guy. I have to. There's just no way. There's just no way that I'm not getting this. I'm gonna be really mad. I'm gonna be really mad if I don't get this. I'm just gonna start going. Justin Jacks is on this team. Okay. I don't know why that popped in my head. I guess Justin Jackson, because I like Justin Jackson. I guess I remember him in a Bucks jersey. Um, mm. Ooh, no, Luca Vildoza. He wasn't. That's a name that popped in my head for no reason. Um, I think he was on the team the year before, the year after. I don't know. Okay. Oh man, bro, I'm gonna be so mad at myself if I don't get this, dude. Could be so mad at myself if I don't get this. I'm trying to think of like the playoff. Trying to imagine the playoff series in my head, like who's on the court against like the Nets. Who's out there? The Hawks. Well, again, when Giannis misses games, who's out there? Final series against Suns. Who's out there on the court? I'm gonna give myself like 2 or 3 more minutes. If I don't get it, I don't get it because I don't want to wait here for 40 minutes. But like an uncommon, like a blue, like literally, he's a rarer pull than freaking toy crate. Like, how am I not getting that? That's insane. Again, I feel like if it's not coming to me, it's got to be somebody that like an old guy that was there for a little bit, but then gets like traded or cut. Is it? It's not Wesley Matthews, is it? No, because Wesley Matthews infamously he was on the lake. He was on the Bucks in 2020. Then he went next year. He went to the Lakers, and the Bucks ended up winning. The Lakers, man, like I know that Wesley Matthews like was opposite of Bucks Lakers. He went the opposite way. It's like Ronnie Hood. I know he was a Buck for a minute. Semi Ojale, he was a Buck at one point. I'm just trying to think who are just random dudes that were Bucks. Random dudes I end up in a Buck. Like Boogie. No, Boogie's probably in like Denver. Oh no, Boogie's probably in Houston at this point, or Denver or Houston, one of those two. I feel like this is like again. I feel like this is like just an old dude that randomly ended up there. Um, it's not Kyle Korver. Kyle Korver retires after the bubble. Um, it's not Urson, is it? I know Urson comes back. B Pie retired too. Man, this man. It's like, is it Sterling Brown? Dang. Ah, he's probably in Houston at this point then, or Dallas. It's not Christian Wood. Christian Wood's in Houston at this point. Christian Wood isn't like Christian Wood played like 5 games in Milwaukee, maybe. Let me go back to the draft. Let me think about draft. It's probably like a rookie. Oh no, it can't be, right? Dante. Dante was 2018 draft. Who's after that? It's like Sam Merrill gets drafted in 2020, 60th pick. They probably drafted some people there, and I don't know who. I'm gonna have to give it up, bro. I'm gonna have to give up. I'm gonna have to give up. I'm gonna have to give up. I don't have it. It's not Tony Snell. He's gone by this point. Um, it's not John Henson. It's not Delhi. Jabari Parker. Now I'm going too early. I'm done. I can't. I can't. My brain literally is tapped out. I don't. I can't. I don't have anything. I mean, still got good. I mean, literally, we got yeah better than 86. Okay, who is it? Oh, Jordan Wara. No, I like Jordan Wara. Jordan Wara. No. Oh, draft. Think of the freak. I thought about the draft, but I didn't really go into. Oh, Louisville legend, bucket getter, bro. Oh, that hurts because I really like Jordan Ward too. Oh, that hurts. That hurts my heart. That I didn't get Jordan, bro. Axel Dupin, Jalen Adams, I don't care. Jordan Ward, dang it. Dang it. I should have thought about the freaking draft more. I should have thought about the draft more. And eventually I probably would have got there, bro. Oh, man. Because I really like Jordan Ward, bro. Yeah, you said Jordan Ward. The PG Tucker trade him was my Google pick. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Damn it, bro. Yeah, Axel Tupain, Jalen Adams. I don't care. Jordan Wara, dude. Jordan Wara. I liked him a lot. Pure just bucket. I remember playing Indiana, Toronto. Look at him, yeah, pure just bucket getter, bro. At Louisville. 29, literally 2020 draft. He was just literally in rookie year. I'm pissed at myself. I'm so pissed at myself. I'm so pissed. So pissed. Jordan Wara. Cause I'm only so like mad because like I really like Jordan Wara and I really thought he was gonna be like some for the Bucks. Okay. Alright, let's do one more. 2011 Mavericks, another championship team. I should get most. I don't know if I'm gonna get all to be completely honest, but I should get most of this, right? Championship Mavericks. Okay. So Dirk, Jason Kidd, Shawn Marion, Jason Terry. We had Deshaun Stevenson was on this team. Nope, not Steven Adams. Deshaun Stevenson. Who's the center? It's Brandon Haywood. Brandon Haywood is on this team. Okay. Tyson Chandler. What? JJ Barea. Peja Stojakovic is on this team. I remember that. I just had someone's name in my head and he's gone now. Is Rodrigue Bourbois on this team? Okay, Rodrigue Bourbois. Okay. Oh, isn't Adrian Griffin on this team? No, he's not. Really? I thought Adrian Griffin was on this team. Doesn't Adrian? Yeah, isn't Adrian Griffin on this team? Is that right? Oh no, again. Oh no, he's on the 2006. He's on the team that lost. Okay, I know he was on the Mavericks team that went far. He's on the team that lost to the Heat in 2006. Okay, okay. Who else on this team? Is nope. Okay, this is where it's gonna get. This is where it's gonna get tough. 2011. This is like 15 years ago, bro. Uh, who's like just random Mavericks that were? Oh, Caron Butler is on this team, but then he gets hurt, so he doesn't play in the playoffs. What about Caron Butler? Is Rasul Butler? No, rest in peace. Now I'm just gonna throw people that I know play for the Mavericks. I don't think Eric Dampier's here. No, Eric Dampier goes to the Heat. Eric Dampier's on the Heat. Brian Cardinal. I don't know he's on this team. Is Admiral Foyle? No, I think I'm mixing up the 2006 team with this team. All right, now this is where we just gotta throw shots at the dark and hope that they come to light. This is where we just gotta throw stuff at the wall. I feel like don't they make like a move for somebody? Am I tripping? Don't they make like a move for someone during this year? and he helps him in the run. No, Bernard James is not. No, he's after. Okay. Oh God. Uh-oh. Here we go. Here's where here's where we stop. Because I don't remember the rest of this team. I'm trying to think of 2K. This team is in 2K, right? I'm trying to think of like 2K roster. I feel like I can no. The rest of them are all like rare, legendary. I'm not getting the unicorn. No way. I feel like, right? I'm just trying to think of who are some random Dallas Mavericks players in the 2010s that maybe. Oh, Corey Brewer's on this team. Corey Brewer's on this team. Okay, Corey Brewer's on this team. Let me think. If I can at least get that last rare, I think I'll be okay with myself. I think I could be okay with myself if I get that last rare at least. If I can get a legendary, that would be awesome. If I get that unicorn, hey, where we going? Who were some? I can't even think of like random Dallas Mavericks that would just like to throw out. I can't even think of that. That's insane. No, Chris Kaman was a Maverick, I think, right? Some, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Chris Kaman. Was Chris Kaman a Maverick? I can see him in a Mavericks jersey. He might have been a Maverick for like a year randomly, but at this point, he's probably like a Clipper or something. Brian Cook? I don't think he's a Maverick. I just his face popped in my head, and I was like, "Yep." Who are some random? I feel like there's another like veteran that like randomly was on this team on the end of the bench. Um, hmm. Let's think of drafts potentially. Like Alfred Aminu wasn't on this team, right? No. I feel like didn't last time we were here we did a Sproggle quiz and there was a Maverick that was drafted in the late first round. Like no, Jay Crowder's not here yet, right? Jay Crowder's like 2012, 2013. I don't think Jay Crowder's not here yet. Damari Carroll might be here though. No. I know Damari Carroll was like bouncing around like 10 days, two ways. I think he did. I think Damari Carroll stopped by the Mavericks or something. Or was it the Nuggets? Damari Carroll. I know Damari Carroll was like a undrafted, just was on a bunch of teams randomly, and then he got to the Hawks, and that's when he became a guy. But I know Damari Carroll bounced around for a little bit. I think he might have ended up with the Mavericks at some point. No, I don't know why Joel Arthur's face popped in my head. Corny Lee's later. Corny Lee plays with like Harrison Barnes, and then Sam Dallenberg on this team. Dang it. Dang. If I can get like one more, I'll be cool. I mean, I'm okay with it now, but if I can get one more, that last rare, maybe. Because the last rare is probably, it's not like an unknown player. It's probably just like a random, like, vet that played like 9 years in the league that ended up on that team. That's no, or it's like a young guy that eventually ends up becoming something for the Mavs. Like, it's not Dwight Powell. Dwight Powell is like a couple years after this. Dwight Powell's like 2014 draft. Even though it feels like he's been around Dallas for 30 years. But it's not him. Right, Ricky Lito. Shane Larkin, that's like a couple years down the line. That's like 2013, 2012 ish. Um, I don't think I'm getting another one, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try. I'm trying to think of because I remember like I'm trying to think of the Miami Heat series. I'm trying to think who's in that game, but who's even on like an end of the bench or something. Like Costa Cooper. I don't know why Costa Cooper's head. A lot of these guys probably didn't even play for the Mavericks, but for some reason they just popped in my head, and I'm like, oh yeah, those guys could have been Mavericks at one point. um, I know there's probably one more guy that I definitely know that's gonna hurt a little bit. I'm gonna be like, dang, I should have got him. You know, that's gonna hurt a lot more than I think. Again, I'm trying to think of even just like who are some random dudes that just like play for the Mavericks. Manny Harris, I don't know. Is there I feel like there's a Cavalier. No, Sasha Pavlovich ended up in Boston, right? But I think I see him in a Mavericks jersey for some reason. Sasha Pavlovich is on this team. Okay, I knew for some reason in my head I was like a Cavalier, and I was like I don't know why, but Sasha Pavlovich. That's why he ended up in Dallas. I know he played for the Celtics too at one point after Cleveland. Okay, yeah, my head, and for some reason I thought my brain told me, hey, think of the Cavs, and I was like I don't know why, but that's why, because Sasha was on that team. Didn't Anthony Parker get there too to Dallas at one point? Okay, I think I'm good. I don't think I'm getting anything deeper than Sasha Pavlovich. I really don't think so. I'll wait for another 2-3 minutes, but I don't think I'm getting anything more, tougher than that. Um, hmm. Oh, Dominique Jones. There we go. Dominique freaking Jones. I don't know why, because he's playing the TBT, the basketball tournament right now. I saw him literally like yesterday. I was looking at the rosters, and for some reason his name popped in my head. Okay, yeah, I think I'm good on that. I don't think I'm getting anything. How I got Dominique Jones, I don't know. I don't know why I know this guy was on the team. All right, I think we're good. We're good. Unicorn Hunter. Let's go. All right, we're 550. We're at 100%. Okay, who are the guys we missed? Oh, why are we on the Cavs? What? Why are we on the Cavs one? Okay. Jan Mahimi. Steve Novak, Alexis Ajinxa. Steve Novak? I didn't know Steve Novak played for that team. Ian Mahimi, Alexis Ajinxa, Ian Mahimi. Dang, yeah, he did play for the Mavs. I know him in my head, he's a pacer and a wizard. I don't even think about him in Dallas, but he was on that team. Honestly, I didn't even think. I knew there was another backup center that I was going to know. Alex Ajinxa. I did not know Steve Novak played for the Mavericks. I did not know that. How many games did he play on that team? He played 7 games and then got traded to San Antonio. He got traded or he got waived? He got waived, ended up going to San Antonio. Yeah, okay. But I got Dominique Jones, Sasha Pavlovich. I think I'm good. Someone really, yeah. Oh, man. Man, this is a super fun game, though. Super fun game. Super. We're definitely gonna have to do this more because it's daily. So yeah, we got so much. We can save these for another time. Let me go to sticker album. Beats earn pack after pack. Each sticker forwards comedy account. Denver Nuggets for real. Yeah, we're gonna save these for the next time because I'm definitely gonna play this game. This is such a freaking fun game. I love doing that. I love doing that type of stuff. Just random rosters and everything. So good. We're gonna do next time. I'll do Denver at some point. Dev, I got you. That's the championship Nuggets too. So it seems like they're starting off all the championship teams, and then eventually we're gonna get to. I can't wait till we get to random ones, like name the 2019 Minnesota Timberwolves or something. Like that's when you're gonna get really into a bag. Like because yeah, they're gonna start with all the legendary teams, but once we get to like day 250, and we got to name the 2015 Washington Wizards, or like the 2018 Phoenix Suns. That's when it's gonna get crazy. That's when it's gonna get like, oh my god, I don't. We can name any. You name 40 players that might have been on that team. I mean, it's 2023. I should. I feel like I should. I feel like I should. I feel like I should. I'm gonna do my best at least. I'm gonna do my best. But I feel like I should get that though. Like 2023 Nuggets, I feel like I could already name like 10 people off the bat. Then I just gotta think a little bit harder about like the extra 20. Yeah, now yeah. If we name the 2019 Cavaliers, yeah, that would be because that's the year after LeBron leaves. that because there's probably like 25 people on that roster. I can name like half. That's like Colin Sexton, Kevin Love, Jordan Clarkson. Um, it's remnants of the like Tristan. It's basically the remnants of last year's team, and then we add like 10 more randoms. Because like Kevin Love stays, Tristan stays, Jordan Clarkson stays. He's our leading scorer. George Hill stays for like a couple games, and we trade him. Jr. plays like 5 games, and then he goes home. Kyle Korver plays a couple games, we trade him. Larry Nance is still on that team. Rodney Hood plays a couple games and we trade him. Jetty Osman, Zizic. I said Colin Sexton, I think. Marquise Chris is on that team. Nick Stauskas is on that team. Yeah, David Nwaba, John Henson, Brandon Knight is on that team. I think is Thon Maker on that team? No, Thon Maker I think is in next year. Jerron Blossom Game is on that team. Deng Adele, Jalen Jones on that team. Jeremiah Martin's the next year. Verjao comes back next year. Jeremiah Martin's next year. I think Thon Maker's the year after. Wade Baldwin never played. We traded for Wade Baldwin. He never plays a game though, because we traded Rodney Hood to Portland. That's how Rodney Hood got to Portland. We traded him to get Nick Stauskas and Wade Baldwin. I think we waived Wade Baldwin. Dante Exum. No, Alec Burks on the team. Alex Burks. We trade Kyle Korver for Alec Burks. Yeah, we trade Kyle Korver to get Alec Burks. And then we flip Alec Burks again for... Who do we trade him? Do we trade him for Marquise Chris? That's how we get him? I don't know. Sir Dominic Pointer? Oh my god, I remember Sir Dominic Pointer. He was like he played on our G League team for like a while. I know his name just because he was on the G League. Yeah, Sir Dominic Pointer. Jalen Jones, Deng Adele, Jaron Blossom. I know. Shout out Jaron Blossom game. I messed with Jaron Blossom game. He's Auburn. I think he put to Auburn. I want to say he played with energy, But yeah, I remember David Nwaba on our team. He was our starting. David Nwaba was our starting small forward for like the first half of the season. David Nwaba was filling in LeBron role. Right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure David Nwaba was like a starter for us for a little bit. Yeah, that was a crazy season. And then I think the next year is even crazier. In the next year, 2020, I think we get like, because that's when we trade for Drummond. We trade Clarkson to get like Dante Exum. We get like Anderson Varejao comes back for like a retirement tour. A couple years later, Matt Mooney. Shout out Matt Mooney. He was on that Texas Tech team with Jared Culver. He was a shooter. I remember Matt Mooney. He played on that Texas Tech team with Jared Culver. I remember that. Yeah, he was the next year, 2020. Yeah, at that point, 2019 to 2021, those Cavs rosters were like, what the hell is going on here? There's a lot of randoms. Like Isaiah Hartenstein was a Cavalier. JaVale McGee was a Cavalier. Rondo was a Cavalier. Brandon Goodwin. JP Macura. Who are some randoms? Malik Newman. Like we had a bunch of Thon Maker was a Cav. Oh my god, who I literally his name he just popped in my head. Who is that? Who else, bro? It literally just popped in my head and he disappeared. Another dude that like randomly, like an old guy that randomly was just at the end of our team, right? Like, yeah, Drummond obviously was a Cav. LeBron James was a Cavalier. Not a lot of people know that, but LeBron James, he had some time in Cleveland, a little bit of time, a little bit, just a little bit. But he was a Cavalier for a little minute. Um, yeah, we had a bunch of just randomness going on. Look at those rosters. You're like, what the? I mean, that's what rebuilding teams are. You just get people and you just put them on the roster, and it's just like, all right, let's go lose, let's go win 19 games and go get the number one pick. You know, and eventually it worked. We got Evan Mobley and Darius Garland out of it, and Isaac Okoro. You know, and Colin Sexton, who we traded for Donovan Mitchell, and we traded Isaac Okoro for Lonzo. Dwayne Wade wasn't that. That's the famous. If they put 2018 on here, if they put the 2018 Cavs on here, I guarantee you, I'm getting all of those right in like 2 minutes. Because I know that roster. I will never. I know that roster by heart. 2018 roster. I know that roster by heart. Jose Calderon was our starting point guard for like a good stretch. Number 80. He was there number 81. I remember Jose Calderon was our starting point guard for like a lot longer than he should have been, because Isaiah Thomas got hurt, Derrick Rose got hurt, and we just didn't have anybody. So Jose was just like, all right, Jose, play. I remember when they put the 2018 Cavaliers on here eventually, I promise you that's the fastest I'm ever getting everything right. I know that roster like the back of my hand. I know that roster like it was nothing. Because I remember vividly, also because I played 2K a lot that year, but also I remember vividly how crazy a roster looked to begin the year. Then we made 5 trades at the deadline. Our roster looked completely different. I remember that roster by heart. Shout out Tyrese Proctor. Shout out to Tyrese Proctor. Shout out Tyrese Proctor. You know, shout out Danny Green. He was a Cavalier. He came back. He started as a Cavalier, then came back for a Cavalier in like 2023. For whatever. Robin Lopez was a Cavalier for like a year. I think I said Rondo already. He was a Cavalier for like half a year at the end of his career. Marcus Morris was a Cavalier. He was in the playoffs with us. Ricky Rubio was my guy in Cleveland. He was amazing in his tenure with the Cavaliers. Yeah, we had a lot of just random dudes on our team, bro. Even during the finals, it was LeBron. Like Darren Williams was a Cavalier. We picked him up and he just did. Derek Williams. We had Darren and Derek Williams on our team. I don't know. But yeah, we had Sean Marions last year in the NBA was with the Cavs. Mike Miller was a Cavalier. Brendan Haywood was a Cavalier. Yeah, we had a bunch of just random dudes on our team. Jay Crowder. Yeah. Hey man. You know, happens. I mean, I'm sure you can do that, Dev, too, with the Nuggets, where you could just name random ass dudes on the end of the bench for the Nuggets for a while. Same thing like Derek Williams. He was a Cav. In 2017, he was a Cav because we just needed somebody. He just came in and just was like energy. He just ran around. And we were like, oh, yeah, we like that. Because everybody on our team was old. And he just came in and just ran around and grabbed some rebounds. You know, or whatever. Yeah, he was on our team. I remember. Because after Minnesota, Derek Williams was just going. Derek Williams, I think didn't Derek Williams play with the Lakers? He played with the Knicks. He just was on. He was just going places. Because I mean, hey, you know, trying to right. Derek Williams, Marcus Howard. Yeah, shout out Marcus Howard, man. Yeah, Derek Williams only got 70. I feel like he should have got. Well, should have. I don't know. Oh my, he did play for Miami too, and he played for Sacramento. Yeah, Derek Williams was Minnesota for 2.5 years, Sacramento for a year and a half, New York for a year, Miami, Cleveland half a year, then played 2 games with the Lakers in 2018, and that was it. Out of the NBA by 26. Dang, I feel like he's dang. Only 7 years is kind. I feel like if you ask me, I feel like he would have been like 9 years, or pushing 10. But he only played 7 years. And he was first. I mean, he gave us 6 points, 2 rebounds a game, 50% shooting, 40% from three for the Cavs on 2 attempts. Hey, what do his games look like? What does his box scores look like in Cleveland? Okay, he had a couple. He had a couple 12, 13. He had a 14-7 game where he hit 2 threes against Milwaukee. 13 points, hit 2 3. Dang, he was in threes, Loki. he had a lot of games where he hit 2 threes, 3 threes. He had a game where he hit 3 threes against Atlanta. We put up 135 in that game. Another game we hit 3 threes against Detroit. We won that game. So yeah, Derek Williams. Low key was finding his shot with the Cavs. Probably because all of them were wide open. Well, hey, that's funny. Shots Marcus Howard though. Marquette legend, Marcus Howard, another bucket getter. Still mad about Jordan. I'm still mad about not getting Jordan Wara. By the way, that's gonna sit with me for a little bit, just because I'm so mad that I didn't get that. Because I feel like I really should. I did. I did see that tweet. I did see that tweet. It is crazy. It is crazy how much the NBA changed, and we still the Kawhi trade is still up in the air. It is. Hold on, let me pull it up. I saw it earlier. Let me go find it though. Where is that? ESPN. Oh, we got some news from Chris Haynes. Hold on. Wait a minute. From Chris Haynes. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Memphis Grizzlies are negotiating a buyout, and the veteran 3D specialist attempts to team back up with LeBron James and sign with the Philadelphia 76ers. I saw this earlier that said KCP was working on a buyout and that he wanted to go to Philly. KCP is about to be a Sixer. That's a good move. I mean, KCP, unfortunately, last 2 years hasn't been good, but hopefully going to Philly now and being with LeBron again, he'll find his way back. You know, he's probably gonna play a lot of minutes in Philly. Shout out to KCP. Get another job, back to another, good team. Where is ESPN? Shout out to Azzy Fudd too for winning the 3-point contest. I was literally watching it right before on stream, and that was cool. Oh yeah, here it is. Here's the image. Open a new tab. Here we go. Let me put it up real quick. Here it is. Yeah, look at this. It is crazy. Look at this front line is just crazy, bro. Bron, Giannis, Kawhi, Jaylen Brown, LaMelo, Ja. Like this right here is already crazy. Then you got the Lakers guys. Smart. I forgot Marcus Smart's a Rocket. Brandon Ingram, Tyler Hero, John Collins, Lou Dort, Mitch Robinson, Norm Powell, Nas Reed, Julius, Tobias. This is insane. This is insane. Nuts, bro. Nuts. Hey, the NBA offseason for you. The NBA offseason for you. What's the weirdest looking one on here? Like the weirdest combination, the weirdest jersey. Paul George in Boston looks weird. Like I don't know if I'm ever gonna get used to Paul George in a Celtic jersey. That looks really wrong to me. Also, because he's worn like blue or whatever his whole career. Now he got to wear. Yeah. Paul George and freaking. This looks. Yeah. I don't know if I'm getting used to Paul George in a Celtic jersey, bro. This looks so. Nas and Charlotte. Yeah, it does look a little bit weird. Nas and Charlotte. It's being not in Minnesota. But I feel like eventually I'm gonna get used to Nas and Charlotte. Eventually I'm gonna find it. I don't think I'm ever gonna get used to Paul George in a Celtic jersey. It's gonna look so weird. Like him in green, especially the green one, like this one, is gonna look so weird. Seeing him in green. Um What else? But Nas and Charlotte is kind of weird. Yeah, Nas and Charlotte is kind of weird. I'm looking at it right now and I'm like, oh, which one's most? Oh, yeah, obviously the Kawhi in Toronto looks just seamless because it's like he was. That's literally a picture. LaMelo in Minnesota low key just looks like, especially in this jersey at least, kind of looks like okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. In this jersey, the new ones, I mean, he still looks normal, but yeah, John Portland is gonna look kind of well. I don't know if he's gonna look. Yeah, honestly, the thing is, Dev, I just don't look at Twitter at all. That's the thing. Like, it's not a you thing. It's just like I just don't look at Twitter because it's just I don't know. I'm just not a social media guy like that. You know what I mean? So like, I just don't look at Twitter in general. I do, like I'll go look at it for like 2 minutes just to see if news happens, and then it's like all right. Like I don't spend I just don't be on Twitter, bro. I really don't because it's just, I don't know. That's a whole nother thing. But yeah. Oh, you did? Dang. I might have to go check that out a little bit later. That would have been funny. That would have been funny to see. I think we're gonna end it there. They spent 2 hours. It was a good stream though. Really good stream though. Really good stream though. Yeah, I think that's where we're gonna end it right here. All right, I'm probably gonna be back either Sunday night or Monday night. We're gonna be back on Backyard Baseball, trying to continue this. I'm gonna try to play a couple games, try to keep that season going because we only play one game, so I gotta play more because I want to keep that going. So we might be back either Sunday night or Monday night, depending on things. But like, obviously, you'll know. You'll know. I'll be here, obviously. So yeah, appreciate everybody that was here. Obviously, Dev, shout out to you for always making these streams super, super fun. Shout out to everybody that was here earlier and all that stuff, or you're watching the VOD or whatever. Yeah. Hope you all have a really good weekend. Have some fun, do some good things, eat some good food, get some sleep, chill, do your thing for another week coming in a couple days. But enjoy your weekend, man. Stay safe, peace and love as always. Do your thing. Appreciate all y'all. We just hit 1,800 subs on the channel, just past that. So shout out to all y'all. We're on the train chugging over to 2,000. So, hopefully we get 2,000 soon. I would love that. But appreciate all y'all, and I'll see y'all later, man. Peace out.